is the law. So I seated here, you can see. Our airport chairman is here, the Honorable Nzuya. I am, in addition to being the acting vice chair, I'm also the parliamentary group secretary. You can check the register as record. The Honorable Kaynan is here, director of elections, and the acting secretary general. The Honorable Mositet is here as the deputy party leader. The Honorable Naomi Shaban as the deputy party leader. The Honorable Datoru as the deputy party leader. The Honorable Jim Angwenyi as the deputy party leader. We have the Honorable, our airport deputy SG, the Honorable Joshua Kutunyi. We have the Honorable Rachel Chamai here, treasurer, and also deputy director of elections. Honestly speaking, I want you to ask you members of the fourth estate. We have the youth leader here, Mundalo. Ask Jeremiah Kioni, and wherever he is. We have the director of legal service. Executive, we have the director of legal. We have the executive director, the party complete. And I want to challenge the members. You know, for me, I'm a friend, and I want to challenge the members of the fourth estate. Ask yourselves, and this question should go to the Honorable Kioni. He wants to organize an illegal coup within the party. The owners of the party are these people seated here. Not Kioni, not his cohorts, not going round. That will not, I know, he has been given some, he has to justify the expenditures. After we disagreed, and this, our leader will give the official press conference. After 12 February, we as the leadership took stock of the party activities. And it dawned on us that we are cohabiting with a deceitful, corrupt group. And you know the history of this country. I take this, and I'm the one who is saying this. We have had political preneurs. We have had individuals who have had the expertise, who have used every opportunity at the end of every election to manipulate individuals for their personal gains. In the parliamentary practice, Jubilee is the third largest party. The National Assembly consists of 350 members. If you compete, a parliamentary party must garner 5% of the members, elected or nominated. Jubilee has 28 members. The threshold is 18. If you compete, ODM is number one. Not ODM, sorry. UDA is number one. Number two is ODM. Number three is Jubilee. We have 28 members in the National Assembly. Using that number, there are constitutional slots pursuant to Article 108 that this party was entitled to. Because at that particular time, we were still not under the ambit of the Azimio. The minority leader comes from the party with the highest numbers in the minority coalition. The deputy minority leader ought to have come from this party. Who is the occupant right now? You know who's the occupant? The Honorable Mbui is a member of WIPA. That position rightfully belongs to Jubilee. There are close to 28 slots in leadership, in audit committees, in critical committees that are meant for the parties constituting the minorities. Jubilee has none. We have lost 7 of our slots. 7, and I want you to understand this is 7 of our slots. Who took them? Our friends in ODM, as usual. And they have done it under the NASA. They have done it under every group. We lost. Under Article 127 of the Constitution, the Parliamentary Service Commission, we were entitled to a slot. The worst part of it, I occupied that slot for 3 consecutive terms. And I've been qualified as the longest serving commissioner under the current Constitutional Commission pursuant to Chapter 15 of the Constitution. We nominated the Honorable Waluke, who was disadvantaged at that particular time. We nominated him when he was in jail. You know what they did? They conned him of his money and gave the slot to somebody else. Isn't that a shame? Sure. Can we associate ourselves with that particular person? No. We will demand that slot. Those will decide whether we'll get it from the person in the Senate or the National Assembly. But I think in my mind, because we have most of our members in the National Assembly, the occupant of that slot, the Honorable, you know the person? The member from Mavoko. We are putting him on notice. We will be putting a constitutional petition so that position of PSC reverts to Honorable Waluke. And finally, having been part of an abusive marriage, having refused to participate in those shenanigans, we pronounce ourselves as completely out of that abusive marriage and started functioning as an independent parliamentary party. In October this year, the Speaker of the National Assembly, guided by the law, made a Solomonic ruling and recognized Jubilee as a parliamentary party and appointed the Honorable Sabina Wanjiru Chege as the Jubilee parliamentary whip. The input of that is we are completely out of the ambit of Azimio. When Parliament reconvenes in the next session, under the leadership of the Honorable Sabina Chege, we will demand those 7 slots that we have. I have done a computation. Those 7 slots of leadership will demand the PSC position and will demand the proper placements of these highly qualified men and women in the National Assembly and the Senate in the committees of their choice. And finally, we as Jubilee and we as the leadership, we respect the rule of law. We respect every citizen's right to participate, to associate, to do anything. But we want also those who are going around to abuse this name of Jubilee to desist. To desist. And for those of you, the members of the fourth estate, this is the bona fide leadership of Jubilee, and henceforth, you will be seeing a more reinvigorated, more energized activities of this great party. And as you can see from the opinion polls, after UDA, ODM, we are the 3rd largest party. Jubilee! 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 Asante sana.
Asante sana, makofi kwake jameni. Asante sana.